And so just to be clear, we do not hear any music. Are you getting it together, or did you have the music playing?
No music here.
Okay. Okay, because we can't hear it.
I don't know what's going on your side, but it's playing.
Okay. So all right. So let me know when you would like for me to begin.
It does say that Pantheon Prime, something about you need to refresh his page.
Okay.
Maybe you need to refresh your page or something like that, because it's
There
playing.
I am.
Okay. And so when did you want me to start?
If you want, you can start now.
Okay. All right.
So
we'll
we have
go ahead.
Osiris Jonathan on the panel this evening, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. I don't mean to say gentlemen. That's not a nice term. So brothers and sisters, family.
Yeah.
And he's going to talk about his upcoming book and give you a little snippet of what the book is about, and we just can take the conversation from there. So if the listeners have any questions, they can put it in the chat. If you feel like you would like to join the panel, you can do that as well. And we'll let Osiris Jonathan further introduce himself, him and his friend Pantheon Prime. If you want to introduce yourself, feel free.
Sure.
Yeah, so the music is playing. Someone in the chat just told me that the music is playing.
Okay, great.
I don't know why you couldn't hear it.
All right, thank you so much. I would like to guide us into a meditation before we get started. O maximally great creator of infinite consciousness, source before source, breath within breath, the unseen intelligence that measures all things without error. We rise in awareness and alignment. We stand together as living scales in motion, a vessel of Maat, calling upon your presence that order the stars and stabilizes the great Merkut pyramid, and also weighs the unseen heart against the eternal feather of truth. Let our minds be calibrated tonight. Let our Ka and our Ba be trammed into perfect alignment. Let every thought, word, and action be squared, level, brought into harmony with the cosmic standard that does not bend, that does not break, and that does not lie. You are the architect of measure, the divine MAATRALOGist of existence, the one who set the plume line upon creation, who spoke vibration into form, who declared order out of the silent abyss, as it is written in the sacred utterance of Kemet. The pyramid text declares, the king is established in Maat. He lives on Maat. He feeds on Maat. Let this be our portion, not symbolically by functionality, that we may consume truth as substance, that we may digest righteousness as life itself, that we may reject all distortion as poison to the scales of our heart. O maximally great creator of infinite consciousness, purge within our hearts all heaviness, all imbalances, all hidden weight that will cause our heart to fail the great measurement. For it is written in the sacred judgment of the soul, the coming forth by day in chapter 125, I have not spoken falsehood. I have not done wrong. I am pure. I am pure. I am pure. Let this confession not be empty sound, but calibrated reality, that our mouths may align with our deeds, and our deeds align with the eternal standard of Maat. We call upon the principles that govern both the cosmos and consciousness, the living force of truth, justice, order, balance, harmony, reciprocity, and righteousness. Let these not be concepts, but calibrated instruments within us, each one measuring and correcting and refining and restoring. As the great Merkut pyramid text declares, that it is unmoved through time, aligned to the cardinal points with precision, beyond human error. So let our lives be aligned to your nature, unshakable by chaos, uncorrupted by illusion, and unmoved by the winds of disorder. Oh, we acknowledge your presence as both stillness and motion, the silence before vibration that becomes into all form. As declared in the wisdom creation of the text of the Shabaka, it states, Ta conceived in his heart and brought forth his tongue. And then it speaks that let our hearts conceive only which is in alignment with Maat, and let our tongue bring forth only that which builds, orders, and gives life. Let not it create any confusion, but clarity, not disorder, but structure, not heaviness, but elevation. And so we stand in the court of consciousness, where nothing is hidden, where nothing is unmeasured, where nothing escapes the scale. And as declared in the ancient coffin text, it declares in 335, I am one who lives on Maat. I am nourished by Maat. I exist because of Maat. Let this existence within us be stabilized. Let this identity be locked in. Let this frequency be sustained beyond wavering, beyond compromise, beyond fear. O maximally great creator of infinite consciousness, remove the parasites of falsehood, bind the serpents of imbalance, silence the voice that whispers distortion into our perception. Just as the Neteru overcame the forces of chaos in the hidden chambers, so let every hidden chamber within us be cleared, illuminated, and brought into perfect order. Let no apep remain coiled within our thoughts, our habits, and our patterns. Let all that resist Maat be exposed, corrected, and dissolved. We declare in full awareness that our life is measurement within the system. May our hearts be on the scale. May our actions be weighed, and Maat is the standard. Let us never forget that nothing escapes the calibration of truth. Let us never operate outside of the precision of alignment. Let us never accept imbalance as normal, nor distortion as truth. Let our ministry as living extensions of your order be stable. Let MAATRALOGY stand as the calibrated system for humanity, a bridge between the ancient and the modern, between the cosmic and the practical, between the unseen and the measurable. Let those who encounter this show tonight feel the weight of their own heart and be called to lighten it, refine it, and align it. And let this teaching tonight move us through the bark of 1,000,000 years, steady, protected, precise, and guided through every gate of transformation. As it is declared in the coming forth by day, my heart is my witness. My heart is pure. My heart is not heavy. Let this be the final verdict over our existence, not by hope, but by measurement, not by belief, but by alignment. As we seal this invocation in awareness, in discipline, and precision, and in truth, we rise as the living scale. We move as the calibrated being of the Ak. We exist as the extensions of Maat in motion. Let our hearts be light tonight. Let our path be straight. And let the alignment be exact. Ankh, Ujah, Seneb, life, prosperity, and health. Ashe.
Ashe. Dua, dua. Thank you for the introduction.
Thank you. Dua.
Definitely appreciate that positive affirmation.
Yes, and I appreciate you having me on your show.
I appreciate you accepting the invitation.
Definitely, and I would like to read everyone their Meathian rights, if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right. You all have the right to remain silent until your hearts is aligned with truth. You all have the right to speak only what is in harmony with your whole heart. You have a right that anything you say can and will be weighed against the feather of truth tonight. And you have the right to consult your higher self, your Ka and your Ba, before you make any statement before us tonight. And you have the right to divine guidance, the cloud of witnesses, the watchers, the Netaru, who knows what you say and what you do. And if your mind is clouded tonight, you have the right to pause and to meditate until truth, justice, order, balance, harmony, reciprocity, and righteousness are restored in your Ka. You also have the right to be judged by truth alone and not by fear, ego, or illusion. You have the right to correct your speech and realign with righteousness at any moment. And you have the right to stand as Ma'akaru, true voice, only when your heart has been justified and redeemed. And so, having these rights in mind, do you wish to continue this conversation tonight? Or do you want to attend this at a later date?
We already made the date.
All right.
So even if I wanted to say no, we're already on live.
All right. And so just to lay the
other choice.
All right, so we're going to lay the foundation to be able to make it plain. And we have it in 42 codes. Number 1, you would not lie. We would not steal. We would not cheat in our relationships. We would not deceive others for personal gain. Tonight, we would not harm others through our words or our actions. We would not judge others unfairly. We would not indulge in greed. We would not exploit the vulnerable. We would not harbor hate in our hearts. We would not disrespect our elders. We would not break promises. We would not give into laziness. We would not waste resources. We would not gossip or spread false information. We would not misuse our power or our authority. We would not allow jealousy to consume us. We would not act out of anger. We would not harm the environment. We would not discriminate others. We would not ignore those in need. We would not take advantage of others' kindness. We would not succumb to our addictions. We would not be unfaithful in our commitments. We would not be envious of others' success. We would not indulge in unhealthy habits. We would not manipulate others for our own benefit. We would not hold grudges. We would not turn a blind eye to injustice. We would not blame others for our own mistakes. We would not disrespect others' beliefs. We would not act without considering the consequences. We would not ignore our responsibilities. We would not abuse our bodies with harmful substances. We would not spread negativity. We would not prioritize material wealth over our integrity tonight. We would not take without giving. We would not betray trust. We would not neglect our health. We would not ignore the well-being of others. We will not allow fear to dictate our actions. We would not be ungrateful for what we have. We would not lose sight of our values because we are pure. We are pure. We are pure. Ashe.
Ashe. Let me say something to you, Brother Osiris. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Just what I felt from your prayer was just total possession by the Shepsu. That's as best as I can express it. And it was touching. I really felt the ancestors, big and heavy. It was like you were carrying the great orators that came before you. Perhaps even after you, if you want to look at the many lives that you lived. But that was touching, brother. Thank you so much for having me.
Dua. Dua.
Yes, I can agree too. I didn't expect that.
Dua.
I didn't expect it. But that was a nice way to bring in the vibe, you know, make people stay in remembrance of how we're supposed to live with integrity and morality and those type of things.
Dua. Dua.
So,
I could almost feel Malcolm. I could almost feel Malcolm when you were speaking.
Dua. Dua.
So if the guest that's on the panel, if I want to introduce yourself, let people know who you are briefly, you can.
Dua. Dua. Can you hear me? Dua. 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 Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. No hear? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Yes.
Okay. Palata apupa maati. How sweet is the Maat truth for the part that rules. Wash Dejed, life, power, stability. Kuja Seneb, life, prosperity, health. Uben Afikir, Pandaburu Maati, rising always in divine excellence with Maat every day, all day. I would also like to say, Dua, Duau, Sibasa. Your words are Machiru. You are true voice. You have commanded the cosmic forces that affords, allows us love, guidance, and protection through the daily experiences of ponderable matter. Your words are splendid to the ears of the Fatnatarus, the ancient ones, and the ancestors, and we all chant to you, Dua, Dua, Dua. Anuk Patal Sikasa, I am Patal Sikasa, I'm the royal scribe, master craftsman, and keeper of our cosmic time of Tesher Pera. And I shall also mirror the great Asa, Sibasa with my Hesi, my Saku, my affirmation, my cosmic libation, so that I may command the cosmic forces that affords, that allows us love, guidance, and protection through the daily experiences of ponderable matter. And I shall begin. Hete poo, hete poo, hete poo. Dua, 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 Nazarak, Ramet, E.M. Hotep. Greetings and divine greatness, divine excellence to the first families of the New Age Order. My Nagas, my Shemtarus, my Netsubitis, my Hemets, Sibas and Sibats, Mutnatats, the immortal ones of Maat, cherished, the phenomenon of precession, New Age Order, great golden age of Maat Hapiasa, and all citizens, descendants of the Nile Valley Cultural Cosmic Collective Consciousness Spirituality. O Astermu, Patnataru Panebu, the mother of the Patnatarus, the mistress of pets, the maker of mankind, she who is mighty in Usa Medu Nefer Hekau, divine words of power, mother of all initiations. Bless and protect with abundance us humble servants for Ankh life, being now present. For we seek the counsel of the ancient ones, and we practice daily the ancient Maatian ways and the ancient Maatian truths. We strive evermore to become one with you in this world and in the existence to come. We ask that you bless and protect us with abundance on this, the 270th Haru, day of the year after the Helical Rising. 90 Haru, days remaining until Ubin Suptit Cyrus Rising. Upawat, Samai Tawi, Wep Ren Pet Dejideb, New Year's celebration. The 18th Haru day of the 8th Abet month of Haru. The 2nd Haru day of Haru. The 30th Haru day of the 1st Abet month of the 3rd Uttara season of Aket. Renpet year number 15, AFNK/ST. After the founding of New Kemet, Naga Kemet, Samai Tawi, phenomenon of precession, New Age order, great golden age of Maat Hapi Asa. We ask that you bless and protect with abundance our families and our friends and all those of us who gather together to worship in your most holy, sacred, and glorious ancient Tamarian name of Astermut, Quatnataru, Pa Nebu. For in the act of seeking you, there is much comfort. So let it spoken, so let it be written, so let it be done. So shall it be for now and forever forward. Ra Nebeteshi Ra, Pa Nata Apupa Ma'ati, how sweet is the Ma'at truth of the part that the news. Unk was their jed, life, power, stability. Unk Uja Seneb, life, prosperity, health. Ubin, Nefike, Pandabu Haru Ma'ati, rising always in divine excellence with Ma'at. Every day, all day. All day, every day. Atun Ra, Pearl Tep.
Dua will receive.
Dua. Rest in protect.
Dua.
So, I would like to ask a question to the great Seba, the great Hemtepi, Osiris. Was that from the Shabaka stone? From what, are you from a shrine? Are you from a temple? I have never met you before. Your Hesi, your Saku, your affirmation was very impeccable, very surgical. And
Well,
I'm just curious.
yes, and we're going to go over all of that wonderful information on tonight. I'm just so elated that you all were able to chime in, and I have some new ox that I can call as my brothers and my sisters, and would love to get your information prior to getting off this line. So if you don't mind, I'd like to connect with you, and
Yes.
we could even speak offline on some future projects that we could collaborate together on.
That'd be beautiful. That's just what I wanted to hear.
That's right.
Dua.
It's-
I'm
Yes.
I'm gonna text you his information right now, my brother
All right.
Osiris Jonathan.
Excellent.
Forward to everything he sent me.
All right. That sounds wonderful. And so as we begin, I just want to be able to move forward tonight because I want to be sensitive of everybody's time. How much time do we have left on this call?
However much time you have to talk.
All right. And along with the panel, how much time do you guys have on this call?
I'm here.
Well, I'm 71 years old. I like to get some rest tonight, but say about a couple of hours. I can hang a couple of hours.
Okay, so it is 9:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so is that the same time your time?
Yes.
Dua.
All right. And so what time do we want to cut this off?
When the spirit says so.
Yeah, I don't want to say a time and then that time come and the build is still building, you know.
All right. And so
You'll
to be
know
sensitive.
when it's time to wither down.
All right. And so I just want to be sensitive of everyone's timing. That way we can include everything, all questions. I don't know if we have a question and answers at the end, or, if it'll just be a one-way. Did you guys want this to be a one-way, or you want it to be a two-way, or how do you want to do this?
I wanted to interact, but if I can't interact, I'm gonna hang with you for a while. I'm gonna have to bail. Okay, but I'm gonna
Okay.
listen to your dissertation.
Okay. All right. And so that being the case, I'd like to go forward because we have a lot to cover tonight. First of all, I want to make sure that we all honor virtue. We do benefit with gratitude, that we are peaceful, and that we respect the property of others, and that we affirm that all life is sacred. Do everyone agree?
Yes.
All right. We give offerings that are genuine. We live in truth, and we regard all altars with respect, and we speak with sincerity. Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Sure.
Right. All right. We consume only our fair share, and we offer words of good intent, and we are going to be able to relate in peace on this call. Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. That we would honor animals with reverence, that we could be trusted, and that we could care for the earth, and that we keep our own counsel, that we speak positively for others, and that we can remain in balance with our emotions on this call tonight, and that we are trustworthy in all of our relationships, that we may hold the purity in highest esteem, and we can share joy on this call, and we can do our very best, and that we can also communicate with compassion and to listen to opposing opinions, and we're going to create harmony on this call. We're going to sometime invoke some laughter here. We're going to be open to love in all various forms. We're going to be also forgiving. We're going to offer kindness. We're going to offer the acts of respect for others. And we're going to be accepting. And we will follow with our inner guidance because we're looking forward to doing good. We're looking forward to conversing with awareness and to give blessings to each other and to be able to keep the waters pure, not only in the earth, but inside of our bodies too. And to be able to speak with good intent, and that we would offer praise to the Neteru, and to be humble, and to achieve with integrity, and to advance through our own abilities by embracing the all. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. And is there anyone tonight that has a heart that is not pure tonight?
All is well.
All is well. All right. And so I would like to formally introduce myself. I am Osiris Jonathan, aka Asar Jonathan, and I was calibrated for this work just as a machinist trues the head and aligns the vice to zero. So too is the human heart, a device of measurement, a MAATRALOGY. I coined the term MAATRALOGY as a word because the world was lost in measurement. Just as in metrology, which is the measurement of a physical object, MAATRALOGY measures the spiritual, and the standard is the feather of truth. And so in the sacred book of the coming forth by day, it declares, "My heart stands within me, for it does not oppose me in the tribunal." And I ask you, if your heart were weighed today, will it rise or will it sink? Because the feather does not adjust itself to you. You must adjust yourself to the feather of truth. My ministry is built upon the 7 living calibrations of existence, which is Maat: truth, justice, order, balance, harmony, reciprocity, and righteousness. Not just as ideas, but as frequencies. Not just as theories, but as tolerances. And when you fall outside of the tolerances, your life begins to malfunction. Before structure, there was sound. And before form, there was vibration. And as is declared in the Menphite theology, Ta conceived in his heart and brought forth through his tongue, revealing that creation itself begins in thought. It is spoken into vibration. It becomes manifest in form.
Yes.
So as I, Asar Jonathan, declaring that my ministry follows that same divine pattern, conceived in alignment with Maat, spoken in truth, and manifested in precision. And, earlier I was reading in the book of Gates, and I've noticed that Ra's journey throughout the 12 gates, the 12 hours of transformation. And, you know, as you all may know, I have a night show called the MAATRALOGY Night Show, which is built upon the eternal patterns, because life itself is a passage through these gates. And they're layered upon layers. They're trials upon trials until resurrection is achieved. And so I do not just teach information, but I guide through transformation. The ancient text, it speaks of a pep, the ancient serpent of chaos, the devourer of light, the enemy of order, who seeks to stop the bark of 1,000,000 years, tries to disrupt the journey. But I declare that a pep is not only external, but a pep is internal imbalances too. It's the fears, it's the lies, it's the disorder, it's the access. It's that which coils that wraps around the consciousness. And that MAATRALOGY is the discipline that cuts that serpent and it restores the alignment. The coffin text, spell 335, declares that my heart is mine, it would not be taken from me. For the heart is not merely just an emotional center. It is an intelligence. It is memory. It is alignment. And when the heart is aligned with Maat, it cannot be overcome. And so when you look into the great Mukut pyramid text, it stands with precision. It's aligned with the stars. It's enduring through time, not by accident, but by Maat and stone. And I declare that my book, my ministry, and my life are just living pyramids. They're living Merkuts. They're built upon principles. They're going to be able to stand the test of time. They're aligned with what is true. They're designed to endure. And so my book is not merely pages, but it is a calibration manual that teaches how to weigh thoughts, how to weigh your words, and how to weigh your actions until life itself becomes light as the feather of Maat. Because heaviness is not random. Heaviness is measurable. And anything measurable can be corrected. The 42 declarations of innocence, they stand not as confessions only, but as calibrations. Each one removing weight from the heart. Each one bringing the ka into an alignment with truth, until one can be standing justified, balanced, and declared ma'akuru, true of voice. And so at the end of the journey of Ra, he rises again, renewed, and I declare that I do not just teach survival, I teach resurrection. And may your hearts be light, may your minds be aligned, and may your life be measured in truth, and may you walk in Maat, speak in Maat, and live in Maat. And when the scale is presented, may you stand justified. Ma'akuru, true of voice. As Osiris Jonathan, the founder of MAATRALOGY, I'm here to restore what has been lost and to be able to restore the measurement of perfection. And that is to stand upon the building block of Maat. Ashe.
That's great. Give thanks for those powerful words.
Dua. Dua.
Is that something that could be found in your book as well?
I'm freestyling now, but there's some, definitely some wonderful tools within the book that will be able to guide you into meditation, and a few coloring prompts. There's a hieroglyphic emoji dictionary, so you can work on your Medu nature as far as scribing them, and there's a 2-year calendar within it for 2026 and 2027. And so we're looking to furnish everyone with it, because whether you're into Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, or a free thinker, Maat is the great, 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 great grandmother of every moral principle or organization on this planet. And we just have to honor those that are striving for righteousness, wherever their walk may be. We do not disrespect one's walk and their journey, but we do want to lay the foundation of truth, justice, order, balance, reciprocity, harmony, and righteousness.
Okay. So, would you like to discuss where they can find the book and order it, things like that?
Yes. I'm going to send you a link, and anyone that's watching this broadcast, you'll be able to click on the link, and you'll be able to purchase the book. It's going to make you feel like you went 7,000 years ago for only $50 to be able to resurrect and to be able to learn and to be able to recite and to be able to restore what has been stolen. But you'll be able to have a piece of history within your library that will be able to restore those 7 principles of Maat.
Yes, can I say something? Can I just interject for 1 second, my great Seba? Assad.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Did I just hear you say that you have your own calendar, your own Ipeteru, your own Shavitem Tuaheru Pamaat? Did you just say that you have your own calendar system? Or is this calendar you just spoke of a Gregorian calendar with your pictures on it? I just want to make, because I have my own calendar system. I reconstructed the ancient Kemetic ancestral calendar. It took me 50 years to do it. So are you saying it's a Kemetic calendar? Or are you saying it's a Gregorian calendar?
Yes, this is a Gregorian calendar in which by everyday persons, whether in business, school, or everyday life that is accustomed to the standardized calendar here on the Western world, they will be able to use that according to that schedule. Now, for those that are advanced and that are able to understand the actual Maathian calendar, or the what we would call the ancient calendar or the stela, I would also have one available for those, a special edition, but for those that are at critical mass, I wanted my first book to kind of guide them, without being too advanced, but yet not being too shallow, but able to become relevant to what they're using on a day-to-day basis. And so, yes, so to answer your question, it is the standard calendar that you would normally just purchase as an actual calendar at your Barnes & Nobles or at your calendar business office store.
So, but the calendar that you said that you can also give them another calendar. Now, is that calendar a cultural, spiritual, Kemetic calendar under a spiritual numerical system? Or is that still using the Gregorian? See, if it's a 30-day calendar, it doesn't matter where you're at on this planet. If it's a 30-day calendar, then it's an agricultural calendar. The Gregorian calendar is an agricultural calendar, but the original calendar of humankind is solar, sidereal, and lunar combined. And I superimpose the Gregorian calendar right on top of that calendar to make it a practical calendar that I've had for 50 years. But I just was wondering, what calendar are you saying? How many days are in the week? How many months are in the year? How many seasons? What are the seasons? Could you give us some type of information regarding the mathematical equation and scientific?
Yes. And so what we'll do is because it's the standard 365-day total, 12-month, 30-day, 5 extra day, depending on the mathematics of what you're using when it pertains to the standard calendar, is compliant to the standard calendar of the Western world. But again, for the actual stela or the Kemetic calendar, I will have that available for those that are advanced or those that would love to learn more. But for those that are beginning, I wanted to kind of like spoon feed them as newborns to the point to where I'm not going over their head, but I'm actually moving forward on what they're normally using on a day-to-day basis. But if they wanted special, or if they wanted any type of advanced teachings on those calendars that were used, I would say, we say thousands of years ago, but when you do the math, we got to go back beyond that or whatnot, and way beyond the Adam's calendar as well. And so what I'll do, instead of going in on that calendar, what we'll do, we'll set up a time to where we can speak specifically on the calendar. But for our guests and for our listeners, I don't want to channel this towards just the calendar alone, but I want to be able to do an overview of what we have scheduled to talk about today. And we'll be able to move forward even more in advance at another time to go specifically on the calendar if you like.
So your discussion, is it on the concept and the cosmology of the light? And if we're talking of the light, we're talking atomic energy. So we're not talking subatomic. If we're talking a 30-day calendar, then we're talking mental, physical, spiritual, subjugated slavery. It's a mental incarceration which was implemented on our people, and it's generational. So I don't want to interrupt your conversation. I want to fall back, and I'm gonna fall back and just listen, sir, because okay.
Yes, sir. And so yes, and that's wonderful information, and that is very vital for our people to grow and to be able to understand. But for those that want to know more about that, I can have a specific call based on that calendar. But this call is basically based upon Maat and building and making the heart as light as the feather. Anything outside of that, we can schedule a specific timing or a specific conversation on those particular topics. But tonight, I want to keep it based on Maat and the feather, and we can indulge in other topics at a later time.
Okay, but I'm saying that we're talking about Maat. We're talking about universal Maat. So we're talking about our present predicament and our present situation on this planet called Seb, which they call Earth. And right now, this planet is out of balance. This planet is not in balance with Maat. So we have to be able to recognize what the mechanics are of why it is out of balance. And the reason why it's out of balance is because nobody knows how to tell time. They stole our time. And without comprehending the concept of time, cosmic time, universal time, then balancing Maat is you're beating the wall. But it's okay. Continue. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yes. So I've said what I said for tonight, but I'm just responding to what was said and moving forward. So I would love to build with you, Saber, on this wonderful information that you are able to share with us, because I'm not the wherewithal. I'm willing to learn as well. And so if you would like to put upon a show that will expository on what you're speaking of tonight, I would love to chime in and we can build on that topic, because what you bring up is a very relevant topic. And I think that for the sake of time, I would love to dive deep into that. But yet at the same time, I want to be conscious of others that may have questions or concerns or anything that they'd like to bring to the table.
Yes. So the great Queen Mother here, the hostess of the mostest of this podcast, has invited me onto a podcast this Friday evening, and I will discuss that particular that issue there. So I will fall back and listen to your book and understand what you have to say, my Siva. Atura up there.
All right. Ashe.
Okay, so we can move forward whenever you're ready.
All right. And so that being the case, anyone else had anything that you wanted to share or anything before we close out?
No, I'm listening.
All right. And so that being the case, we'll go forth. We will go forth and we will make sure that if there's anything else anybody have any questions about, feel free to reach out. This great sister here is going to basically give us the opportunity to share any links, any ways to participate. I also want to let you know that we are really looking forward to a wonderful time when it pertains to future shows. And so I'm so happy and so thankful that you invited me on. I'll also be launching my line of Kemetic singing bowls. Okay. And the Kemetic singing bowl is a patented singing bowl that I have that actually has the ankh on the top, and it has the actual connections to where if you wanted to wear it on your side, you can with a guitar strap. And as you see, you have engraved, you have some hieroglyphic Medu Neter, and you have the great Maat with her wings outstretched.
Wow.
And the actual frequency is powerful.
Yes. And you crafted that yourself.
I designed a patent. I have some craftsmen up in the Himalayas, and they were able to put together the actual concept of this actual Kemetic singing bowl, because we know that all sound comes from us. Because when you go forward, other cultures adopted that sound, and they were able to, bring it to their own culture. But as you see, the ankh on the bin stone, you have this beautiful hand-hammered bronze singing bowl that will basically come with the mallet here, or you will have the actual strummer that you can actually create the actual sound.
Do you know what key it's in?
Say it again.
Do you know what key it's in?
I don't.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I don't know, it sounds like G to me, but I could be wrong. It sounds like G.
Oh, you say, do I know the key?
Yes. The key.
Yes. I thought you mentioned the name. Yes, it is in a G. It's in a G note. It's 936 hertz.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So you kept the 9. You have the 9 frequency.
Yes. And so,
9 hertz.
yes, and you can use the actual ankh as a tuning fork, so where you can place it on any arthritis issues, you can place it on any achy, and the vibration will go from the bowl into the actual ankh itself, into the body. And so for those that are into Reiki therapy, this would be a safe tool to use. Instead of holding it with your hand like this, you can actually have a safe way of holding it through the ankh, all at the same time, embracing life, able to manipulate from the vertical to the horizontal to the face.
Wow.
And so we're looking to launch that. We're looking to have the line of singing bowls launched by September, to where they'll be available everywhere to purchase. And we're looking forward to the book, the singing bowls, and we have a few other items that's going to be sold as a package, so where you'll be able to use it during the actual, sound healing, and using it for either your affirmations or anything of that sort.
G is the 7th letter, right?
Yes. Wow. That's it.
That's
right
why I had
there.
to ask what key was in.
That's powerful.
That's divine resonance.
It is. They call it the God frequency.
Yes. Yep. The letter G.
Yes. And so this is a beautiful opportunity.
My birthday.
Oh yeah.
So my birthday is July 7th, 1974.
Get out of here. Mine is July 1st.
Since we're speaking about 7.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, that is powerful. That is so powerful. And so I'm just excited. I'm really looking forward to building with you all even more. And if there's anything else that you'd like to share, my time is yours.
No, I think that's about it. I'm full.
We're just
Yes. I would like to ask about your theories and your concepts and your beliefs on the origins of existence and the creation and development of the universe. your thoughts
Yes.
upon the Shabaka stone, your thoughts upon the coffin text, your thoughts upon the pyramid text, the Mastaba text, the Kemenu, the Book of Knowing Evolutions of Ra, and the Bowathon and the Pepi. I noticed you performed your Hesi and Saku. You gave reverence to Ptah and the Shabaka stone. And what is his relationship to the creation of the universe and his position within it? And if you could elaborate on that, if you have time for that, if that's not distracting you from your narrative.
Yes. And so that being the case, I just want to let everyone know that we have a plethora, I'm talking about a plethora of texts that we can go through and we can understand what they mean and what they're saying. And from the tales of the eloquent peasant to the shipwrecked sailor to the writings or the poetry of Aten, to the Book of the Heavenly Cow. There's so many. I would have to organize a whole nother hour to go through, those steles and the prophecies of Nefertari and going in on the maxims of Tahotep. And, those are some wonderful teachings. So I'll just select one for now. And then beyond that, we'll move forward. And so I'll select.
Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Yes. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. No, what I wanted to know what are your beliefs within the Zep Tepi?
Yes.
I'm saying I asked a lot of Kemetic people. I've asked a lot of teachers, a lot of holistic practitioners. Where is it that you rely upon your strength of your faith, your so-called faith, or your belief, or your knowledge? Because there's an order that applies to all things. And the Zep Tepi, as broken down in the pyramid text, the Mastaba text of Teta, Deje, and Den, and Pepi, and so on and so forth.
Right.
They all relate to a common theme, a mother equation. And I was just wondering, what was your equation? Not everything else, just what I mean. Right. The Christians believe in God.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Religious people believe in monotheism. Okay.
Yes. That's right.
The Christians believe in heaven. The Muslims believe in paradise. The Buddhists believe in enlightenment.
That's right.
But one thing about monotheism, the monotheistic belief, they all have a common equation. That's Abraham. Anyone that believes in God, their paternal father is Abraham. Who is your paternal father?
Right. Okay. All right. You ready? All right. MAATRALOGY as a whole. Okay. We stand as we're rooted, in the ancient wisdom of Kemet, and not as a philosophy, but as a precision system of alignment measured through conscious living, and that's through the laws and the actual principles of Maat. That's it. So when it comes to lying, stealing, relationship, cheating in relationships, judging others unfairly, we have a code of 42 that we adhere to every day. And we respect all other doctrines, all other beliefs. I don't have a belief. It's like I don't need a belief because I know it. And because we know it, you don't have to believe anymore. And so that being the case. Yep. Yeah, and so that being the case, we just stand on the 42 principles of Maat, and everything else is exterior.
Okay. The 42 declarations of innocence are from the so-called timeline of the 18th dynasty, which is of the great golden age of Amen-Ra. Okay. Now I'm talking about going back 250,000 years ago. See, we don't use that Gregorian chronological timeline, which in his story is a 5,000-year-old story. Everything got you compartmentalized into a 5,000-year-old story, which is ludicrous. Okay, but what I'm saying is that we know who we believe in, because when you talk about African spirituality or world or global spirituality, of consciousness, is our spirituality is based upon the electromagnetic forces of the primordial field forces and the primordial field equations, and of the concept of self-creation, and it's written inside all the texts. So you don't read, right? Do you read, write, speak, translate Medunetta?
Well, I'm not the authority on the Medunetta. As far as it goes with that, I'm only a practitioner of Maat, and I want to live according to the 42 declarations of innocence. and
Who is your
everything
Siba?
else.
Who is your Grandmaster? Who is your
Well,
Grandmaster?
Yes. So to answer all of those questions, my brother, we're getting off the topic right now. I want
Okay, I
to keep
apologize.
this focus. I would
Yes.
arrange a sacred moment with you personally, but this is a show, and I want to make sure that we accommodate the show with what's relevant to the topic. And again, me and you, we can have a conversation off the air. That way you are brought up to speed on where we are. Is that all right?
Dua, Panata Pupama Siba. I apologize. Continue.
All right. And so just to keep the discipline within the actual topic, not to shun you away from your concerns or questions, I'm going to be more than happy to answer them. But the great Netaru, she's going to provide the actual contact information for you. And I'll be reaching out to you so we can build even further. Because our conversation, I don't want it to get too off the topic, because there are some new people in here that never heard of it before. They never seen it, never know. They don't even know what the Pertim Haru is. So I kind of want to stay within grassroots, and we will build from there.
Heck yeah. Excellent. Nephir, divine.
All right.
All right, so we can just continue on.
Okay.
Where
All
you left
right.
off.
Okay. And so that being the case, I'm just so excited. And for those that are just tuning in, we do greatly appreciate you tuning in here at this actual podcast that I've been so elated to be invited upon to be able to share. But throughout MAATRALOGY, you all may be wondering, what is this MAATRALOGY? You know, like I mentioned, we stand as a living system, a living scale that is rooted in the ancient wisdom of Kemet, not as a philosophy, but as a precision system of alignment. And so that being the case, we are here to live in truth, balance, order, harmony, reciprocity, justice, and righteousness. And that the human being is not separated from the order, but it is measurable through the extension of it, where the heart functions as the central instrument of calibration, where it's continuously every day weighed through your thoughts, your words, your actions, and the eternal standard stabilizing your whole lifespan, measured against the feather of truth. And so moving forward, you know, as my brother mentioned about the few texts that we are going to be covering throughout our podcast, but we're going in on a pyramid text with a Merkut text in Utterance 261. It declares that he lives on Maat. He feeds on Maat. And so understanding that, we have to establish that Maat is not symbolic, but it's substance. It's not optional, but it's essential. Sometimes people are practicing Maat and don't even know it. And so that means that we should live in alignment with truth, which is the very substance of existence, because without it, we'll become imbalanced and we will have a lot of disorder that would arise, and there will be no measurable consequences, and it won't be no way of rectifying what has gone astray. And so with creation itself is understood as a measurable process governed by the consciousness. And so I'm glad that we were able to share with you all tonight, and don't want to keep everybody too long. Again, from the beginning, I wanted to be sensitive of everybody's timing. But does anyone else? Is there any questions in the chat that we can cater to them as well? Or, because if not, we'll go ahead and close out for the evening.
No, there's no one in the chat.
Okay, all right. And so that being the case, my good brother, Papillon, did you have anything you wanted to share before we close out?
Were you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
You have anything you want to share before we close out?
Let me look. Quick about this.
So you didn't get a chance to finish building on what you were saying, did you?
Are you speaking about me, or are you speaking about?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And so again, I wanted to reserve this for about an hour. You know, that way we can let people digest what has already been shared, because we shared a lot, believe it or not. We shared a lot. And for the average beginner, this is catered towards the beginner. This is for those that are advanced. We will have another call for that. but I wanted to organize this call for the beginners that are just taking a look at who Maat is and what she stands for. And I want to make sure that if there's any questions when it pertains to that, that we answer those, because I don't want this to go over your head.
Right.
Yes. So if everybody's caught up to speed, we'll go ahead and close out in meditation.
Okay.
All right. O maximally great creator of infinite consciousness, source of all that is measured and all that is aligned, we come to close this moment not empty, not unchanged, but recalibrated in truth, grounded in balance, and awakened to the reality that our heart is the scale and that our life is the measurement. And we stand in full awareness that nothing escapes your order and nothing exists outside of your precision. And I ask now that this alignment be sealed within us, not as passing feelings, but as permanent calibration, that every thought that we conceive, every word that we speak, and every action that we take be brought into an alignment and harmony with Maat, the eternal standard that does not shift and that does not fail. Let our hearts be established in truth, as declared in the sacred record, utterance 261, for he lives on Maat, he feeds on Maat. Let this be our condition, that we do not visit truth occasionally, but we consume it daily, that we do not speak out of balance, but we live within it, and that we would exist sustained in alignment. For it is written in the coffin text, I exist because of Maat. So let our life remain rooted in that which gives stability, clarity, and order. Cleanse our heart of all heaviness, remove every trace of falsehood, dissolve every imbalance, and expose every distortion that would cause our hearts to register heavy upon the scale. For we know that nothing is hidden, nothing is ignored. As it is declared in the coming forth by day, I have not spoken falsehood, I have not done wrong. My heart is not heavy. Let this not be a statement we hope for or believe, but let it be a condition that we embody, a truth that we live, and a reality that is measured within us at all times. Let our hearts and our tongues operate in perfect alignment as revealed in the creation, that what we conceive within us is true, and what is spoken from us establish order, so that we do not create confusion, but bring forth clarity, that we do not produce imbalance, but generate harmony, and do not add weight to the scale, but remove it through discipline, awareness, and right action, becoming a living instrument of Maat in motion. Establish us in the eternal calibrations of truth, justice, order, balance, harmony, and righteousness, not as ideas, but as remembrance, as forces that governs our entire being, correcting us from drifting away, refining us from deviating, and sustaining when we're aligned, so that our lives could reflect the same precision that governs the cosmos and the same order that sustains existence. Seal this work within our ka. Let it not fade with distractions or weaken with time, but let it be rooted deeply within our ka, becoming our natural state and continuous operation, so that we may walk as calibrated beings, living as balanced instruments, and standing as reflections of Maat in this world. As it is written, My heart is my witness. Let my heart testify in your favor, confirming that we are aligned, that we are corrected, and that we have lived according with the eternal standard. We seal this meditation in truth. We seal it in balance. We seal it in order. We rise from this moment not the same, but measured, not uncertain, but aligned, not heavy, but light, standing as a living scale, moving as calibrated force, existence and embodiment of Maat, for now and forevermore. Ankh, Uja, Seneh, life, prosperity, and health. Ashe.
Uncle Jonathon, rest in Metet. Yes. Give thanks for that seal up. I appreciate your time and your space that you took out to come on to this platform and talk to the masses of people who's listening now and will be listening later.
Definitely, it was my pleasure.
You know, we can always go for part 2, 3, 4, you know, you just let me know.
That's right. That's right. I look upon the next invitation. That would be wonderful.
Right.
And if you would, me and my good brother that had those wonderful questions earlier, you can invite him out to where we can just have a forum with just me and him, and the listeners could listen. And that would be awesome for us to build. But on this call, I wanted it to be more of an intro.
Okay.
So that way we can meet, you know, those that are just starting off in this walk, and making it relevant so that the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s will be able to be digested.
Yeah, you try to simplify it so they don't get turned off from it, you know.
Right. All right. Well, I really do appreciate your time, and I'll let you pilot this call from now.
Okay, so I don't know if Ethereum Prime would like to say something. Anybody on the panel want to say some last words, remarks? If not, then until next time, everybody be blessed. Love and gratitude for your time and your attention.
Beautiful, beautiful. And if you will, if you could send me that link to this show, that would be awesome.
Oh, you have it already?
Okay, good.
The YouTube link that I sent you, you just
Beautiful.
play it, and then you'll hear the music and everything.
Beautiful, beautiful. Ashe.
Yes, Ashe.